Hello. I am Dr. Amran from the School of Computing, University Utara, Malaysia. My topic is PHP CRUD generator, a rapid development of web application. Why web applications? As all we are concerned, the Internet is becoming the most acceptable environment for communicating and sharing information. As a result, developing web applications is the most relevant for complying with the said purpose. It is common where each application at least will have these four characteristics: creating, reading, updating, and deleting any data or information being stored in a database or being processed for output. This topic is very important to achieving a fast developing prototype either as a base of the application or to be shown to the respective customer before a more advanced part is injected. With the CRUD model developed, we hope it will benefit developers who quickly jump to web application development as the platform. This presentation is divided into a few topics. Introduction. It will answer, what is the purpose of conducting or accepting this project as a very important mechanism for web developers? Problem statements. Why this project is carried out and becoming very important. Why CRUD? As said, CRUD is a common process for all applications connected to the database. How? Methodology of the project. Evaluation. This is a reflection from the end user's point of view, especially from developers. And conclusion. The world is accepting the Internet as a communication channel and information sharing platform. All these would not happen without web applications. The advancement of Web 2.0 and HTML5 has created a demand for web development. Moreover, it is more demanding because each application is connected to a database. A web development similar to other kinds of applications has the same structure. All their process at least involve creating, retrieving, updating, and deleting. As a result, we developed this project, CRUD Web Application Generators. With the CRUD generator, the prototype can quickly be developed. Then it can be customized to achieve the objective of the web application. It is also easy to test and reduce errors because the generator already complies with the CRUD standard or model. CRUD is creating, retrieving, updating, and deleting, which refers to four major functions implemented in database applications. These functions are the user interface to databases and allow users to create, view, modify and delete data. CRUD works on entities in databases and manipulates these entities. However, the main problem is time constraints in developing the system, including implementing these functions. The user must learn about programming language and understand how system development works, such as data input, output and process between input and output. After mastering the language and how to solve the problem, they can implement them in their system. However, it takes time to understand this knowledge completely. Consequently, system development will be delayed and can cause problems as they may depend on the system. A developer must present the idea or solution for their customer once the requirements are known. It consumes time to build a prototype that includes CRUD functions during the design and development phases. Using PHP CRUD generator as their prototype can reduce time, and they can focus on other features of the system. So, they can present their prototype and make the customer understand how the system works. So, they need to use the PHP CRUD generator is an easy way to develop the system for CRUD functions. Users without programming experience must first learn and comprehend web development. It is not simpler to master but requires time and effort to comprehend fully. Additionally, the developer will require additional time to develop the prototype and present it to the client. Consequently, this study aims to design a prototype by implementing CRUD, create, read, update, delete, functions into the code using the system development lifecycle methodology. The first stage in the planning phase was to examine the system's feasibility. Then, we discovered the problem and listed the possible solution. Studied the existing system, gathered related information, and then determined the project background, objectives, limitations of the project, methodology, and Gantt chart. Lastly, write down all the information in the proposal. During the analysis phase, the project's requirements were analyzed to meet the user's expectations and the requirements gathering techniques needed to list all functional and non-functional requirements in the project. The requirements are determined by interviewing the possible user, gathering related documents, and observing. From the listed need, created a use case, model process, and model data. Then, the requirement gathered in the SRS document is used as input, and the software architecture used for implementing system development is derived. The design phase included the project design based on the user requirements and detailed project analysis. The logical structure changed into a physical format with a detailed description such as input, output, databases, forms, codification schemes, and processing specifications. Low fidelity and high fidelity were also developed during this phase. After designing, we implemented all the codes to develop the project and ensured its operations functioned well in the development phase. This phase also included usability testing to avoid any error or fault through the coding. Once the coding was completed, evaluation and testing started, and the modules were released for testing. In this phase, the developed software is tested thoroughly, and any defects found will be fixed. Testing is done by real end users or developers and gets feedback from them. Then, we demonstrated the final product of the project. After this phase, all information related to documents will be used as a reference in the future or for maintenance. This section describes the design and development of a system for creating, retrieving, updating, and deleting CRUD functions. The section is divided into two subsections, the requirements of the system and the prototype development of PHP CRUD generator, a system developed to demonstrate the gathered requirements. The requirements of PHP CRUD generator. The requirements were gathered by reviewing and analyzing the existing similar system with this study. Then a CRUD PHP web application generator prototype is developed from the requirement and design. It starts by providing the database name. After creating the name of the database and the tables involved, it viewed the selected table records. Then, insert the name of the system by clicking Generate button. After that, we name the application. Then, it pops into a new tab to view our web application. If we click the top left button, it displays the list of tables from our database. Besides, there were some changes from the generator, such as the colors and fonts. There was also menu navigation on the left to show the list of tables in the system. The respondents' demographic information was analyzed. Among the respondents during the evaluation, 87% were female respondents and 13% were male respondents. Besides, 97% of respondents were between 21 to 25 years old, and 3% were between 16 to 20 years old. 80% of participants had heard about CRUD functions created, retrieved, updated, and deleted. 10% of respondents had never heard, and 10% were unsure about it. 77% of the respondents have ever used any system with CRUD functions, while 13% never used it and 10% were uncertain about it. According to the evaluation, most respondents were pleased with the task's simplicity and the time required to complete it. In addition, most respondents were pleased with and enjoyed using the PHP CRUD generator. Most respondents were satisfied with the ease of completing the task and the time it took. Based on the results, most respondents strongly agree that the PHP CRUD generator meets their needs because they can create, read, update, and delete the data. They also strongly agree that it is easy to use, whereas it shows the flow process starting from creating until generating it to the web application system. Consequently, they strongly agree that PHP CRUD generator does not open too many new browser windows when I am moving around if the respondents did not click any links or buttons. Moreover, most respondents were satisfied and pleased to use the PHP CRUD generator. In conclusion, we produced the CRUD model, which consists of 6 phases. The model helped develop a CRUD generator for web applications using PHP. The essential things are usefulness and ease of use. That's all. Thank you.